duo brought in with Blacklist International in then Season 7. Again, calling back to the past of our league. It feels like I'm watching a younger, newer version of the old Execration squad.
How would you know what I'm about to do and I don't know what I'm about to do?
Exactly.
That seems to be AP BREN's key to victory. How does Aurora get a beat on that? Well, number one is by taking control of the draft. They're in blue this time around. And Coach Master the Basics and Coach Dexstar take out the Lo Yi and the Eve, while Coach Pakbet and Coach CJ on the other side take out the Zushin.
3 mid lane heroes out. Or they're the first 3 heroes that are banned out in the in this draft for game number 2. But so we'll probably be seeing the Fanny still taken out here. Will they still open both junglers again this time around, both the Tsuyo and the Joy? Because if Aurora had a choice, would Demon Kite secure the Tsuyo instead of the Joy?
Depends on what the ban is.
So the Phoebus is still there too. The Mathilda is available as well. There are a lot of heroes still open actually.
There's the Joy. So if AP BREN don't ban out the Tsuyo, then that's something they're willing to trade out for.
Yeah,
They better though.
that's why I really like the Joy ban here by Aurora. It makes AP BREN think, okay, are you really going to ban the Mathilda? Or are you going to ban out the Tsuyo, but then we can pick up the Mathilda ourselves too? Do you really want to give that to Aurora? Because then the Alpha Mathilda combo will be online for them.
Not to mention the whole Granger-Harith trade.
That too.
Whichever you want the favorable end of that to be your choice. All right, look at that. Coach Pakbet talking through all the possibilities.
If I'm AP BREN, I think I'd just take out the Mathilda. You play around the trades, around the Tsuyo, Harith, Granger.
Look at this full circle. This man used the draft against BREN and dropped them in the playoffs. Now he's wearing that very same colors. There's the Mathilda, all right. So, do you go Blue-Yo? Yes, you do.
All right. This is Tsuyo. So the Joy... No, there's no Joy. So the Granger, Harith...
Whichever they like.
Whichever they like.
Yeah.
Can be picked up here. Possibly, do they want to consider the Cho as well?
Yeah, I think if I'm AP BREN here, consider the Cho and just pick either the Tsuyo, the Harith or the Granger. Be willing to give up one of the other to Aurora. Don't take the Aurora route and just going for big ticket damage right away with a Granger Joy first 2 picks in the first game. So if it's Harith Granger, that's a little bit too greedy for my taste, at least.
What if they... No, they won't. Okay.
They probably will now. Yeah, because I just said the magic words. Don't do it. Of course they'll do it.
I don't know why that always happens.
Just like, oh, okay, they didn't do it. Good for them. Yeah,
Okay.
see? Yeah, exactly. That's the right call. You go got that gacha, you block a potential early Farsa pickup. Aurora can go CC here, actually, as one of the next picks. And then they can go Cho CC, or actually will they consider Moss?
Granger.
Granger, yeah. Granger CC, Granger Cho.
Yeah. They want to reserve one for later, but it's likely going to get banned out if you're AP BREN. So, it's a Phobius instead of a CC, right? There's a Harith. Now they can take out, or unless AP BREN wants to get the CC, but isn't it like, doesn't it show too much? Or it doesn't really matter at this point?
I think they don't need to rush the CC. They're going to be thinking about their mid laner or their jungler already. So you're off the board, they're going to have to go assassin. But you don't see your mid laner yet. So it's a tough call.
Here's the thing. If they don't pick a jungler here, AP BREN might be putting into play one of their main strengths that's specifically unique to them. James Pack's unique hero pool.
Oh.
That's a Lucas. We don't know where that's going.
Hopefully that's not part of the unique hero pool of James Pax.
Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah.
We just saw the King Kong Lucas falter, and the beast was never the same. All right. So going into the second phase, AP BREN banning first. Do they lock down mid? Do they block off US picks? Farsa still at large.
Yeah. If I'm AP BREN,
Valentina still at large. Oh dear lord.
they should ban out the Valentina and then consider picking up the Farsa for themselves.
Yep.
I reckon.
Yeah.
So it's sort of them also having range within their lineup because the way it's looking right now, they might be a bit lacking in terms of that, and they get to pick first after this, right? So they might want to go with that, the Farsa, now that they take out the Valentina.
Yeah, because even if Aurora take out the Farsa here, AP BREN can just go Aurora as one of your responses to the Phovius, and whatever the roamer might be here for Aurora. Right, I was wondering, it's like, why am I about to say Aurora again? I was referring to two different Auroras. And then at the same time, you don't need any more magic damage if you're AP BREN. What you need is a little bit more crowd control.
Crowd. Oh, they take out the glue though. So
I wasn't even thinking of that.
it's like part of Aurora thinking that there isn't an XP laner yet from the first 3 picks of AP BREN.
What if AP BREN surprise and they actually go full dive? What if they go Faramis? By the way, that's Brent, one of the most loyal members of the Hive.
It doesn't matter who's playing, as long as it's black and yellow, he's there.
Yeah. Like, I thought he shifted over to the Falcon's Nest,
Green
like
Falcons,
like a lot of the Hive members did, but Brent stayed loyal that one.
Yeah. Still here. Okay, so they really kept banning out XP laners.
That's right.
So part of them is thinking that Lucas isn't XP, Gatot isn't XP.
They're closing up these gaps. Like, they're not sure. Nolan is still out there. Hayabusa's still out there. Hanzo's still out there if you're looking for a more...
So pick your mid laner now and then pick the jungle pick for later, so you show what the Lucas actually is at the end of the draft,
You
not
don't
now.
have to. Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah. Pick your mid.
More traditional approach to this, unless the jig is up this soon.
What if AP BREN's just gonna go Faramis?
It's Faramis or Farsa.
Yeah, that's the thing, is if they Faramis now, Aurora might still find an answer in the 2 picks they have.
Yeah. Okay, so they go Vex.
They'll just play it safe here. Give Chove what he was playing with game 1.
Yeah, he was doing really well with that. And whoa, Vexana's undefeated so far this season. Wow.
Oh, I mean, the follow-ups from Chove's skirt earlier were just so perfect, regardless of which roamer Kekedot decides to use here. We aren't entirely sure if it's going to be a full-on initiator just yet, or is it going to be the Gatot?
Kekedot's playing with the Gatot. There's the high loss. Hitman special, especially from week 1. What does Yue rock?
Ooh.
Oh!
Shit.
This I actually like. The economy is on point for Aurora.
Yeah, it's so well distributed, and we've seen a lot of aggressive Sicilian mid laners even in the early game too. So what does AP BREN respond with?
And so far, nobody from AP BREN can actually find Yue for free. Even Kekedot has to commit.
Yeah. So if we're thinking of junglers, is it gonna be an assassin for James Panks?
Hayabusa?
Yeah, I'm thinking the Haya too, but...
Or do you force the Hans?
What have we already... Oh, the Hanzo?
It's open.
Okay, oh, Barrett? What? So it's a Lucas jungle and a Barrett EXP, right?
Oh my god, let's double down on traumatic heroes from tonight.
Well, it's not in the same role. Oh wait,
It is.
It doesn't matter, bring it up. They just switched it up. Yeah, they're both here.
And they're both in the same lineup now.
Why would they do this? What are they trying to bite down on? Why the -1? Why the committal? Why the full committal on this?
Okay.
Is it a good matchup against the Hylos?
I'm already thinking the Sicilian is the happiest out of everyone in this draft.
Sure.
Because it's just like, all right, cool, you get a Barrett's, but I'm going to just be here and hit you from a distance.
You know what Sicilian's worst enemy here in this matchup is?
What?
His mana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His mana, and if somehow Ewan messes up the distancing. To be fair, we have to acknowledge that the lineup rating for AP BREN, it does favor them. They're very beefy, very meaty, and of course, actually, one thing I learned, the Harith actually skews a lot of the
His numbers.
lineup stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, with how good Harith is
He
actually
provides
is right
so much to a lineup, but just the same, the concept is there. The math checks out. Despite the Sicilian's dead zone right in front of him, we're foreseeing this to be a great and easy game for Yue and the rest of Aurora. Game number 2, match point for the new kids on the block in AP BREN. One more. This game win and they take the series.
It's almost a full melee lineup for AP BREN.
Yeah, full dive again. That's why we were thinking that they might even consider the Faramis, but at least they get a little bit more burst this time around, and burst that you can hit from a safe distance. Good control. And Kekadot actually is going to be the main point of this lineup alongside Dare, because they need to really time their entries and make sure that they can reach Dominkite or Yue later on.
All right, this might be a little safer, a little better for the Barats, because it is a flicker Barat. So he can position himself in a weird angle, and Detna's welcome, flicker, and then, you know, get the confirmed -1. So it makes sense.
Kind of the same with the way they play the Jawhead and the Badang. So there are still multiple ways for them to engage. The same kind of follow-up coming in from Skirt. It's just that James Panks this time might want to join a bit more when they try to start the fights instead of like coming in late or being the main source of damage. It's still the same for the others mostly. It's just that James Panks kind of switched it up a bit.
The last time we saw a Barrett's EXP lane, what happened there was the Barrett's just kept leaving the EXP lane as much as he could. That was Lord JM, and committing into rotations into the mid lane so that they can get an easy 4-man advantage, surprising their opponents. And so far, it looks like that's what they're planning right now. They actually want to give a little bit more farm to Dare through the mid lane alongside Skirt.
Double laning on an XP laner. That's definitely going to get him to level 4, trying to secure this first turtle spawning upper quarter of the map. Aurora first to the scene. Kekadot getting pushed back by Edward.
Yue has poked down the members of AP BREN so well, but they still find their way towards Edward using the Vengeance, and there's the Detona's welcome, but he gets burst down by the Evil Queller. Now that's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Kekadot's really low, and Demon Kite secures the turtle, but they still want more. Renegade is going in, and Kekadot gets found by Yue.
Oh, down bottom, Dominkite versus Shizo. Shizo's leaning hard into his early game advantage, especially underneath a Zaman force, and he's bullying the next standard right out the lane.
2 games that he did this now with this Harith against that Granger.
Oh, here comes Yue. Can he find him? Looking for the bite down. Doesn't find Shizo.
All right, the Sanguine Claws didn't connect, but that was a close call for Shizu. Props to him for being mindful enough, though. He's been doing this again, you mentioned it, 2 games in a row, but it's still not to the point wherein he gets too careless of his positioning and unaware of the map.
Yeah, you see, though, especially in the last sequence, how much Edward pulls attention away from Demon Kite. Because of him diving onto James Panks, it actually forced Dare to just look at where Edward was so that he can use his ultimate on the Phoveus, which meant the turtle was free for Aurora to take.
So far, Aurora stepping on the gas, finds one, Skirt forced out underneath that glorious pathway, revitalized by Kekadot, and a charged up Quella taking down Chove.
Yue has been on point with those Sanguine Claws every single time prior an objective. It's either he catches 2 and then gets to bring them down to half HP or less than whatever damage he dealt. That already means a lot to Aurora, and now it was just so... It's such perfect timing for them.
I mean, we did say earlier that Yue would be the happiest guy in this lineup right now.
Oh no, but they spawn out Shizo. The flicker's already forced out, but Renegade is right there to block his path. Kekadot trying to defend this turret as well, but that's 4 members of Aurora, and they might just get almost all of the energy shields from that tier 1 bottom.
The Hitman making like the Wheelman, setting up the escape route for Aurora as they rotate toward the turtle.
Another Sanguine Claws connecting onto Dare, and Kekadot is really low, uses the AOG to escape, but now Aurora, they're chasing after Demon Kite secures the turtle, and now they're looking for blood. Shizu uses the Zaman Force to escape, but gets caught by the Sanguine Claws, misses the second skill from Edward. But still, that's dominance from Aurora.
He ain't there anymore. He's gone alongside James Panks, who has to constantly put himself in the way of harm. Because that's the nature of this hero. Until he has the items to tank up, he's going to keep going down like Shizo underneath his own tier 1.
Aurora now stepping on the pedal of aggression. Renegade on point with the rotations. You again!
Kekadot doesn't feel too tanky, forces out the Revitalize, and they get to punish Edward. Unleash the beast coming in from James Panks. But still, Yue survives, but not for long. There's Skirt with the Cursed Blast, and that's a 2-for-1 trade, but they lost James Panks.
All right. under regular circumstances, that would have been a very messy push for Aurora, but they're able to get away with so much given how much they have been taken down, AP BREN, in the past minute. They're up by almost 4,000 gold, and lane per lane, I think they're all up, except for XP.
AP BREN now feeling the wrath of a very aggressive and ticked off Aurora. Feels like that we're seeing. Yue, yes, of course. We've highlighted him already a fair amount. Again, the Sicilian is so happy here. And he's been on point with the Sanguine Claws and the Bat Impact. But another one I really want to highlight here is Edward has just been a menace. He's maximized, especially the last big team fight that we saw. He used 2 Dark Waves perfectly.
Yeah.
A Dark Wave just standing there, and then another Dark Wave with a flicker as well. Really just goes to show how much of a problem this Phoveus is. And when the Phoveus from afar is getting a lot of supplemental damage from the Granger, from the Sicilian, then Edward, alongside the Sicilian, is the happiest guy in the lineup.
Yep, this feels like one of the most significant changes in terms of the draft coming in from Aurora compared to game number 1. This time around, Shizu actually has to think of someone. And Edward playing the Phoveus into the Harith is actually opening up so much more possibilities for Aurora in terms of engaging in team fights as compared to how they were forced to play it a little too cautiously in game number 1. So, yes.
This AI trend is getting out of hand.
That's AI?
Yes.
2 of these pictures are real.
Yeah, only 2 of them, right?
Moving on. About 40 seconds until the game resumes, and congratulations, you two. Here's the thing. It's not too late just yet. Did he say yes, or is he... Did he or did he not?
I
I think the other guy's blushing.
Yeah.
I think he did. All right. Here's the thing. I don't think it's too late for AP BREN. I think AP BREN can still... Yeah, confirmed you did. Yeah, I think AP BREN still has it. It's just... Maybe if Derek can pull it off. But he doesn't have the right hero.
Yeah.
AP BREN...
It's more single.
It's more
target
single
now.
target.
Well, they're unpredictable like that, so I wouldn't like entirely
That's right.
count out the...
What they're capable of, even they don't know.
Exactly.
It's possible. You're right, Brigida.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just waiting for everything to unfold, but as it's looking right now, still Aurora clearly in the lead, and unlike game number 1, they're much eager to convert objectives early on, so map control might be going into their hands a bit more early too.
Amazing lead, especially for gold lane. That's almost 2,000 gold between Domenkite and Shizo.
Oh.
And this time, Domenkite ain't playing halfsies, man. He's rocking an early Sky Piercer.
Uh-huh.
You can just go ahead and snowball out of that. And again, I'm just going to be repeating the same problem for AP BREN. They can't reach Yue. They can't just send Kekedot to dive because, again, that puts a lot of pressure on the rest of the line. Now, Aurora will get all turtles in this game. And AP BREN are just going to try to get resources elsewhere, try to get a push. Minion wave's not favorable up top, so they're looking towards the mid. They can commit one more heavy play to try.
Oh, there's the flicker. Daytona's welcome coming in from there, and the follow-up avatar of the Guardian.
So
but
tanky!
Renegade cutting away or cutting off the members of AP BREN might just be enough for Aurora to find the counter engage.
Dear Lord, they threw everything but the kitchen sink, and only Edward fell. Aurora telling AP BREN, let's do it again.
It took them everything just to take down Edward. That's all the ultimates committed on the side of AP BREN just for that one guy. And again, we mentioned AP BREN can commit one more thing. Unfortunately, that one more thing didn't go so well for them. It was an EXP for jungler trade. Now they're at the point where their next engagements have to be a little bit more cautious. Looking at the items, he had to skip the Hunter Strike, did James Banks, wait straight into the War Axe. Already on the way to the Sad Sword is Demon Kite. Sicilian only has the glowing wand, surprisingly enough. He's really maximizing the crowd control he has. And in terms of the gold laner, only one item for Shizo, while already 3 for Domenkite.
Oh, that's the Daytona's welcome used to escape from there. And this is the way you like to see Aurora playing. Very focused on the objectives and rotating fast enough for the enemies to not keep up.
This is the way. Demon Kite stole the orange from James Panks. So James Panks is starving right now. It's not like the Lucas is doing great anyways. It's just all the more worse for AP BREN.
Yeah, he's sitting on a 3-3-1 KDA. I think they've been more involved in the fights that have been happening across the map. But for majority of those fights, it's been Aurora winning them out. So I don't know if AP BREN still wants to contest this. They tried to go for an engage earlier. That was the Daytona's welcome and the AOG follow-up. But once they commit everything in, it's so hard for them to escape.
For their own good, I don't think they should contest. And Aurora knows that. A blitz take here. Well, take it on James Panks. Check in range. AOG!
Oh, they do not contest, but they still want to look for the kills. UM will be the first to fall. And the rest of the members of AP BREN are trying to run away because Keke Dot as well as James Panks
Dear
are...
God!
But they can handle it. They can deal enough damage. And they take out 3 members for 2.
James Panks, he bumped into the wall. That's why he couldn't complete the kill there onto Demon Kite. But Aurora still got the Lord. They can march forward with 2. With how much they can get, that's the biggest question, as the members of AP BREN will be a full 5-man in 3 seconds.
Again, none of us on desk ever said, hey, if James Panks can bite down on the 3 of them and kill them, that would be a comeback for AP BREN. They did just that. Again, it rings true. How do I know what I'm going to... How do you know what I'm going to do if I don't know what I'm going to do? Yeah. From out of nowhere, James Panks found those kills.
Yeah, and it was there probably with the call to still engage nonetheless. That was another Daytona's welcome to engage and...
of you again coming in the clutch. Up to the lantern. For the Granger, already up to a Sea Halberd.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why Chosco got blasted, man.
What's next? That an endless battle?
Yeah, it looks like an endless battle with a Ogre.
Disgusting. This is as good as a double poke lineup can get.
Yeah,
you have the Glorious Pathway, you have the consistent body in Edward, and then here you go.
Oh no, Gekadot won't be able to cast the AOG. He already pressed it, but the damage was just too much from Aurora. They didn't let him go.
Yeah, this is one of the key signatures of Aurora, the Suyo Granger. Just play around strong burst in the gold in the jungle. And just make sure you supplement it well. In game number 1, if James Panks and Shizo were the highlight, now it's the Kite brothers, continuing the storyline between the 2 jungle gold combos. But will Aurora slip just like they did in the previous game? Or will AP BREN just concede and then eventually be forced into a game number 3?
It would be a shame if Aurora drops this lead here. It's a strong 5,000 gold as they start up the Lord. Lord now down to 4/5 of its health. Kekedot in range. So are James Panks, Shizo, and Chovskirt alongside Der, who does have his flicker online. All battle spells up, actually.
That hurt.
Oh, they got him back.
Oh, that's half HP for Der.
Yeah, don't commit this. Kekedot, just give up this Lord. It's fine.
Yep.
You can defend.
I mean, Renjay also still has the Glorious Pathway, so they have a lot of things to consider, and they will just opt to defend.
All of Aurora's turrets still standing. AP BREN have barely crossed the river.
In 12 minutes 45, it's 236 stacks already onto you. It's not going to be an easy defense for AP BREN. Again, up against the Sicilian Granger combination, with how much it takes to take down Edward, who just built up the Athena shield as well. Yeah. It might be endable for Aurora. AP BREN just really needs to look into clearing up all the minion waves.
Yep. Here goes the Lord in the middle lane. Glorious Pathway already used as well, but there flickers in. They decide to take the battle out of the turret. Shizu though unfortunately falls, and Domenkite now gets a double kill. The Lord is still up as well, and 3 members are down for AP BREN. This is definitely it for Aurora, for the lights, and they will bring us to a game number 3.
We're going all the way as Aurora even